person has been taken into police custody following a shooting incident at George Street, Newtown on Wednesday, November 28, in which a young man was seriously injured. The report was received at about 11:05 a.m. Preliminary investigations so far have revealed that 23-year-old Anthony Galloway of Madhouse Alley, Newtown, was walking along George Street when a lone gunman approached him and opened fire. Galloway shot several times about the body. He was rushed to the hospital by Emergency Medical Service (EMS), where he underwent emergency surgery. Galloway is currently listed as being in a stable condition. Members of the crime scene unit visited and processed the scene, and items of evidential value were taken into police custody. The person in custody is assisting with the investigation. The police are making an appeal to anyone who might have any information in relation to this incident to call the Violent Crimes Unit, VCU, or their nearest police station. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. Meanwhile, police have charged 24-year-old Kenron Philip of John England Village, St. Peters, for the offense of attempt murder. The incident involves 32-year-old Ian Pemberton, who was shot multiple times about the body on November 8, 2018, in Lower Monkey Hill. Philip was charged on November 24, 2018. He was remanded to Her Majesty Prison. I am Sophia Lloyd for SKN Newsline.
I'm Andre Huey, and I'm coming to you from the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium on the campus of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank for the second annual primary school song competition, which was held here at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium. And the school winning that competition, the Dean Glassford Primary School. 6 primary schools competed. The Dean Glassford Primary School, the defending champions, or were the defending champions, Tucker Clark Primary School, the Dr. William Connor Primary School, the Irishtown Primary School, the Beach Allen Primary School. Those were the schools that competed in this year's competition. We spoke to Mrs. Tassana Kelly, who is the choir director of the Dean Glassford Primary School, after the winners were announced.
We did 2 songs. I'm the director for the Mountain Dove song, and then Miss Clark, she was the director for the other song that we did, Lift Every Voice, the Black Anthem.
Now, this must be a very good victory for the school. They didn't place last year, and this year they came very well.
Yes, we were looking forward to this year's competition. Yes, last year, we were in the running to place, but they had a time limit on the second song, and we went over the time, and so we kind of got knocked out of placement. But we were ready this year. We practiced, and the children, they were so enthusiastic and excited about doing it, and so I feel that they really came out to shine tonight.
And so I take it that you're going to be preparing for next year and making sure that the trophy doesn't leave Dean Glassford.
Yes, definitely. We have even more fire now, and we are geared up for the next year competition. So look out for us. We are the Dean Glassford Primary School, DGP Stars. Yeah.
Second place went to the Tucker Clark Primary School, and third place to the Bronte Welsh Primary School. It was a very interesting competition. This is the second annual. It's organized by the St. Kitts Music Lovers Association, and the plan is to expand the competition next year and get the other schools involved. The attendance was great. A lot of people were here cheering on the various schools. We'll give you highlights right now of the performances of the various schools that participated in the competition. Those are highlights from the schools that participated in the 2018 Primary School Song Competition organized by the St. Kitts Music Lovers Association. I'm Andre Huey reporting for SK Newsline at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium in Bird Rock. Government workers for the third consecutive year will be paid a double salary this Christmas, according to Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on Thursday in a televised message. The Prime Minister noted that this was possible due to the strong fiscal position of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis.
This will be the fourth year in a row under our administration that the country would have recorded positive growth. The healthy fiscal position of the government indicates that we have achieved the best ever debt-to-GDP ratio over the past 25 years. We have posted a surplus under the current account, a surplus and our overall account, and the primary balance attests to the fiscal and economic well-being of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The Prime Minister noted that the double salary payment will apply to all employees of the federal government, including the Government Auxiliary Employees, GAE, or non-established workers, persons on STEP, pensioners, faculty of the Clarence Fitzroy Brand College, CFBC, and employees of the Nevis Island Administration, the NIA.
The double salary will apply to all employees of the federal government, including the Government Auxiliary Employees or non-establishment workers, persons on STEP, our pensioners, the faculty of the CFBC and staff, and the NIA. Statutory corporations such as SCELEC, SCASPA, NHC, the Tourism Authority, etc., have also been encouraged to make payments to their employees.
In his address, the Prime Minister indicated that the economic and fiscal house of the country is at its all-time best and that the prospects of our economy in 2019 and the medium term are for continued positive above-average growth.
As we approach this Yuletide season, our people must give thanks to the Almighty God for the wondrous things He has done for us. We have been spared so far from any major natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, or earthquakes. I thank God for the many good things that He has bestowed on our people, and I thank Him for favoring my government with the wisdom and foresight to be prudent in our management of our people's affairs.
According to the government, St. Kitts and Nevis achieved the milestone of becoming the very first independent state in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, the ECCU, to bring its debt-to-GDP ratio in line with the international benchmark of 60%, 12 years ahead of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, target date of 2030. The opposition, however, has slammed the government repeatedly on the poor handling of the economy, claiming the surplus the government is claiming is not a true reflection of the state of the economy. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're covered when your house gets flooded, getting your settlements quickly and fairly when a fire hits your home, and making sure your business can keep going even after an accident happens on site. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
Meridian Medical Pharmacy is the best place to get your pharmaceutical products. We make filling prescriptions easy. Our well-stocked pharmacies are ready to serve you. Check us for medical supplies, skin products, supplements, and so much more. Ask about flu vaccines. At Meridian Medical Pharmacy, we are focused on offering a professional, personalized pharmacy experience. Our service is personal, compassionate, and friendly. Located at our state-of-the-art medical facilities at the corner of South Independence Square Street and Adlam Street, in downtown Bastyr, St. Kitts. And now we have a new branch on Frigate Bay Road in the Sugars Complex. Call 465-5096 and 465-3306 or email pharmacy@meridianmedcons.com. Visit Meridian Medical Pharmacy today and experience professional, customer care and fast prescription fill-in service. Meridian Medical Pharmacy.
Restaurant and Bar at the Sugars Complex specializes in authentic local and Caribbean cuisine. Visit us every day for our fine dishes, excellent juices, and great customer service. Why cook on Fridays? Try our Friday buffet lunch menu of spice, rub ribs, stewed chicken, wings with seasoned rice, crepes, organic mixed salad, sweet potato pie, steamed vegetables, and so much more. Get a complimentary drink with the buffet only at $45 EC, or try our lunch special every day. There is something sumptuous in store. Creole Restaurant and Bar, located upstairs Sugars Complex. Call 465-2473 or 662-2473. Creole Restaurant and Bar, the perfect getaway.
How does it feel when you got that feeling? You got the flavor you love. How does it feel when you know you're not dreaming? There is nothing above. So good when you're feeling nice. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you're up on your ends with your friends? Everybody holding a vibe now. How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you savor the flavor, the feeling you get when you taste everybody?
So good when you get that meal. So good is the way you feel. So good any time of day. So good is what you say. So good when you dance all night. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party signed a Code of Ethical Conduct on Wednesday, December 5th during a signing ceremony at the office location at Port Zante. This Code of Ethical Conduct will compel its members to conduct themselves ethically and to govern members of the national executive of the party. Party leader Dr. Denzil Douglas said at the signing ceremony that this is an acknowledgement that as the eldest and strongest party of St. Kitts and Nevis, this code helps them to lead by example.
This occasion, therefore, is symbolic in three ways. Firstly, it is an acknowledgement that as the eldest and the strongest political party in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, it is important for us to lead by example. When we speak of principles such as integrity, objectivity, selflessness, accountability, honesty, openness, honor, and respect.
Party chairman Dr. Terence Drew said that the signing of the Ethical Code of Conduct is to commit to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis the highest standards of conduct from a Labour Party administration.
Forward in ensuring the highest standards of conduct and good governance within our party. Today's ceremony is the result of a lot of internal deliberation, public consultation, and hard work. I would like to thank once again the members of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party's Code of Ethics Committee and its chairperson, our chairperson for this afternoon's event, Ms. Shibata.
Thereafter, Labour Party Deputy Leader Marcella Liebert said that they took 4 steps as a party to lead the ethics of conduct.
Do this include 1. Reviewing and amending our party's constitution. 2. Reorganization of our branches. 3. Reform of the candidate selection process as a means of improving transparency. And 4thly, the establishment of a Code of Ethics Committee with a view towards implementing a Code of Ethics by which all candidates and executive members will be governed.
I am Chiari Morton for SKN Newsline.
Police are investigating the armed robbery and shooting of a former Calypso King on Nevis Friday night. According to reliable sources, Carlisle Pemberton, better known as King Bingy, was attacked, robbed and shot as he arrived at his home around 9:30 p.m. Mr. Pemberton reportedly suffered a gunshot wound and underwent emergency surgery at the Alexandria Hospital in Charlestown on Friday night. SK Newsline will provide more information as this story progresses. Meanwhile, a call is being made for persons with any information regarding a recent shooting incident at the Warner Park in Bastyr to contact the police. Police received the report of a shooting incident at the Warner Park at about 5:30 p.m. on December 4, 2018. Preliminary investigations have so far revealed that several juveniles were standing in the park watching a football match when they were approached by a masked gunman who opened fire at them. The juveniles ran for safety and the shooter fled the scene. In attempting to flee the area, the assailant was pursued on foot by a police officer. Reports indicate that when they got into an alley that leads to Collins Street Gun from Wellington Road, the gunman pointed what appeared to be a weapon in the direction of the police officer, who in response discharged 2 rounds of ammunition from his firearm. The gunman managed to escape. The police is making an appeal to anyone who might have information regarding this incident to contact the Bastyr Police Station by dialing 465-2241 or by calling the crime hotline dialing 707. Police investigations into the matter are ongoing. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. I'm on board the Symphony of the Seas, the largest cruise ship in the world, docking at the smallest independent country in the world, right here in St. Kitts at Port Zante. I'm Andre Huey, and like I said, I'm coming to you from the Symphony of the Seas. The inaugural visit was greeted with dignitaries from St. Kitts and Nevis, including the Governor General, Sir Tapley Seaton, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards, the Minister of Tourism, Lindsay Grant, and other dignitaries from the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as from those in the tourism stakeholders from the Tourism Ministry and the Tourism Authority. The Symphony of the Seas brought on shore, or actually brought to St. Kitts, over 6,000 passengers and crew members. And the captain of the vessel had the chance to speak at a brief welcoming ceremony for the ship on board Symphony of the Seas. The captain is Captain Rod Hempstead.
Wonderful to be in this port for the first time with the largest cruise ship in the world and the flagship, the Royal Caribbean. Very proud moment for us all.
Also addressing the gathering, or also addressing the ceremony, is Minister of Tourism Lindsay Grant, and he pointed out that it is an historic moment indeed, because another vessel, the Norwegian Jade, also made its inaugural visit. It's actually docked right next to the Symphony of the Seas here at Port Zante.
An historic occasion, and it will go down in the annals of cruise history in St. Kitts and Nevis. Because as my CEO said, it is a day when, for the first time ever in our history, we are welcoming 2 ships for the first time, 2 inaugurals, the Norwegian Jade, and now the largest ship in the world, Symphony of the Seas. It is also historic because it follows on from July of 2018, when we welcomed Freedom of the Seas and welcomed to our shores 1 million passengers in any given cruise year. That's a record also.
We also heard from the Minister of Public Infrastructure and the Minister in charge of SCASPA, the St. Christopher Air and Seaports Authority, Minister Ian Liburd, who also pointed out the importance of the new cruise pier, which is under construction.
My colleague mentioned the construction of the new cruise pier on your starboard side, I think it is. And just to add, that cruise pier will cost us $43 million US. In our money, so $130 million. And for the cabinet, led by a Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, who had a PhD in accounts, for him to approve that, he must have seen returns on the investment. And we depend on you to ensure that we expedite those returns on the capital we are expending on that particular pier.
And the various representatives, they had a chance to exchange plaques. Minister of Tourism, the Minister himself as well as Mr. Perkins on behalf of the Lille Walwyn. And the parties, the media and the other guests who were welcome on board had a chance to tour the vessel later on throughout the day. Reporting on the largest cruise ship Docking at Port Zante in St. Kitts, the Symphony of the Seas. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Change the way you watch TV. Introducing EarTV KN, the new way to watch TV. Watch real-time TV, your favorite shows and channels on any smart TV or mobile device from any location. Starting as low as $75 per month, get up to 3 devices connected on one account. With EarTV, you can watch movies on demand. Over 4,000 titles to choose from, with 3-day trials available. Works on Amazon Fire TV devices, Android phone tablets, and Apple iPhone and iPad. Includes over 500 channels in HD and 4K. Simple to use plug-in and play technology, and pay as you go month to month. No long-term commitments, no cancellation fee, and get professional support. Call us to subscribe to EarTV KN at 869-661-2478 or check us out on Facebook. Make your television experience greater by getting EarTV KN now. Incredible, impressive, and affordable. EarTV KN.
Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today. Uptown Pizza and Cafe in Charlestown, Nevis offers the widest variety in sumptuous lunches found anywhere on the island. Come for a delicious pizza of any topping: pepperoni, veggie, margarita, chicken and pineapple, and more. Try the special dishes: wings at various flavors, sweet Thai chili, spicy barbecue, and more. Uptown Pizza and Cafe also offers the best in burgers: Fiesta Burger, Barbecue Cheddar Burger, and much more. Come to Uptown Pizza and Cafe, located at Cedar Trees, Charlestown, opposite the park. Call 663-0525 or 469-3052. Also visit them on Facebook. Search Uptown Pizza. Uptown Pizza and Cafe. Local cuisine, international flavor.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
The National Bank Premier League in St. Kitts is back, and Voice of the Caribbean Radio is bringing live coverage with the SKNFA Match of the Week. Every Saturday evening at 8 p.m., Voice of the Caribbean Radio will be broadcasting the Premier League Match of the Week at www.voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com.
Shot taken, and in the back of the net!
We'll bring you the action through live commentary and analysis with pre-game, halftime, and post-game shows, live and direct from the Warner Park Football Stadium. That's the SKNFA Match of the Week on Voice of the Caribbean Radio in partnership with the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, bringing live radio coverage every Saturday at 8 p.m. from now till the end of the season, only on voiceofthecaribbean.net or sknfa.com. Live football action from St. Kitts every Saturday on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, your Caribbean sports leader.
I am floored. That is a scorcher of a goal. That's the best.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. Timothy Harris on Wednesday, December 12, tabled a $773 million EC dollar budget before Parliament, praising the achievements of his government since taking office in February 2015. The introduction of the Appropriation 2019 Bill 2018 came minutes after the laying of the estimates of expenditure, which were approved by the House of Assembly.
The recurrent revenue for 2019 fiscal year has been put at $749.3 million. Taxes and income will generate 126.9 million of these, and property tax should bring in 16.6 million. Taxes on goods, domestic goods and consumption would bring in another 108.7 million. And we are expecting from CBI inflows, if all goes well, we will have 294 million there. All of these would yield total revenue and grants of 784.1 million. On the expenditure side, Mr. Speaker, an amount of 591.8 million is proposed for recurrent expenditure. And of that amount, well, we are expecting overall a recurrent account surplus of 157.5 million for 2019.
The Team Unity administration proposes to spend $772.9 million EC dollars in 2019 to support the implementation of various programs and projects intended to improve the delivery of public service, contribute to increasing growth in our economy, and improve the lives of all the people of St. Christopher and Nevis, the Prime Minister noted.
So I move that this tax-free budget and the bill shortly entitled the Appropriation 2019 Bill 2018 be approved by this Honourable House, as it will ensure more tangible benefits for our people in education, in health, in infrastructure, in housing, etc. Accordingly, I move. And I say thank you to all of you who have come out today to give support.
Dr. Harris noted that his administration is not merely making cosmetic improvements in the country, but more importantly impacting the lives of citizens and residents on a personal and substantive level.
Members of the Honourable House and indeed members of the public would remember that in my last budget I spoke about one of our primary missions, that is to arrest poverty in all our communities. This is the underlying impetus for our government's emphasis on strengthening the social safety net and protection system. We are determined to reduce the number of families falling through the cracks and succumbing to poverty. We have determined that there must be greater equity in the distribution of our nation's wealth. And in this regard, on the 21st of December, we will be implementing the support to families earning less than $3,000 per month.
Opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas responded to Prime Minister's presentation of the budget, slamming it as a mishmash of projects lacking long-term economic growth. A detailed report on Dr. Douglas's address will be presented in a subsequent report. I am Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
A convicted murderer escaped from custody Tuesday, only for him to turn himself in a few hours later. News broke Tuesday that Romeo Cannonier, who is serving 2 life sentences for the murder of a police constable and the 2005 murder of a witness in the case, was with other prisoners on work assignment near the government abattoir in Limekeel on Tuesday. He took off running just after 11 a.m. Media reports suggest that at 12 noon, Cannonier turned himself into Her Majesty's prison. Meanwhile, in other police news, one person is in police custody and another is being sought in relation to a recent shooting incident in Nevis. At about 10:45 p.m. on Friday, December 7th, Carlisle Pemberton was shot and injured at his home during what police have ruled as a robbery. He was opening a gate at his home in order to park his car in the yard when he was attacked by 2 armed assailants. He was wounded in both legs by a single bullet. A number of personal items was taken from him by the assailants before they fled the scene in his motor jeep. Police later recovered Pemberton's vehicle in the Bath Village area. Police in Nevis has disclosed that someone is currently in custody assisting with investigations into the matter, and they are looking for a second person of interest. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. Persons with information regarding this incident are being urged to contact the Charlestown Police Station by dialing 469-5391 or 469-5392 or the crime hotline by dialing 707. I am Chiari Morton reporting for SKN Newsline.
They created history on Saturday night at the Warner Park, the first team to win 3 consecutive Carnival Cup titles. Rams Village Superstars edge SL Horseshoe St. Paul's 3-2 in extra time in a keenly contested SKNFA Carnival Cup finals to successfully defend their title for the 3rd straight time. Both teams were locked 2-2 after regulation time, after Kishan Ward of St. Paul's scored in the 5th minute before Tiran Hanley equalized in the 12th minute. Then, just before halftime, Kishan Ward struck again, scoring in the 40th minute. But on the other side of the break in the 66th minute, Tahir Hanley scored to equalize for Village. Then, with 1 minute left before the end of the second half of extra time, which would lead to penalties, Tahir Hanley popped up again inside the box and slotted home the winning goal, sending the Warner Park in a frenzy. At the end of the match, an elated Stephen Clark, coach of Rams Village Superstars, hailed his team's fighting spirit to come back 3 times to win the match.
Thanks to St. Paul. They gave us a really tough game. And we expected it, but we showed our champions are made of. We went behind early, and it was just a misplaced pass, so they capitalized, but we wasn't scared at all. We had confidence that we could come back and we could score goals, so we wasn't afraid. And it showed that the team have character. Much big character, so congrats to the team itself, and congrats to the village community and making history.
You ever had any doubt that you would get the goal in extra time or it was going to go to penalties?
At all, it's quite amazing because we were talking to Kimari on the bench and we were talking about the 5, and I tell him, no, we ain't going penalty kicks. We're going to win this game here in regular time. We're not going penalty kicks. And as soon as I said that there, behold, we got a goal. A real hard-fought goal. I'll ask like everyone to come on out and Village having a breakfast, purchase the tickets. It'll be a lovely breakfast. Breakfast are the champions. Cheap eat champions, so you don't know it's going to be good.
And that's tomorrow?
That's Saturday 22nd. But players have tickets on sale.
As for Tadju Clark of St. Paul's, he is proud of his teammates' efforts despite the loss.
Well, the team can feel well and hold their head high because we put in the fight. And you can see that. Everybody can see that. The fans and the players can see that. There's no need for the team to bow their head. All we have to do is just look forward and try to compete and be in every Final Four that there is that the SKNFA have and try to win the US Cups as possible.
You think the performance tonight will motivate the team going into the next round?
Yes, as you can see, that was a big improvement on the team. Check, every player have confidence on the ball, confidence to make a perfect pass and confidence to take a perfect strike at goal. But we didn't get the win, but there's no doubt about it. We will be back in every Final 4 days.
The Carnival Cup marks the Christmas Carnival break in the football season, which resumes in January 2019.
The East Line bus terminal was officially commissioned on Tuesday, 11th December 2018. Minister of Public Infrastructure Ian Liburd spoke at the opening ceremony, noting that the government has given the people of St. Kitts so far everything they have asked for, including building the new bus stop.
And today, we have introduced phase 1 of the traffic lighting project in Bassett. And you said it's working? The congestion is gone. The city looks so modern. We're moving around. We also decided to take the modernization, the revitalization of Bastia to a new level and brought Casper on board to refurbish the ferry terminal downtown. And today, we have one of the best waiting lounges in any part of the Caribbean, and I dare say in any part of the world. So Casper is on board, as well with the planned refurbishment of the West Line bus terminal, which will start in January.
Thereafter, Mr. Liebert said that they have addressed the 3 branches of transport and that in the next 5 days, they would have completed the entire resurfacing of the airport.
We have addressed the 3 branches of transport. We have addressed the land transport. We dealt with the roads. We have addressed the sea transport. We are building the cruise pier. And we are also addressing air transport, because we, in the next 5 days, will have completed the entire resurfacing of the Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw International Airport runway.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Timothy Harris said, speaking at the ceremony, that they are doing what matters most to St. Kitts and that they are keeping their promises.
And we are doing those things that matter most to you. So I say thanks. Thanks, East Bastia, for giving support to Patrice Liebert. A vote for Ian Patrice Liebert will be a vote for Dr. Timothy Harris and Team Unity.
The new EC 4 million East Line bus stop terminal, located on Wellington Road, Bastia, opened with a great fanfare on Tuesday, fulfilling a promise made by the Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Ian Patrice Liebert, to improve the commuting experience for passenger and drivers traveling from Bastia to Deep Bay. I am Chiari Morton, reporting for SKN Newsline. Good morning. I am Chiari Morton here with SKN Newsline, and I'm here with Mr. Jefferson Pemberton, who is the president of the East Line Bus Association, where he will tell us the problems they are facing with the bus terminal, the new bus terminal.
Good morning. My name is Jefferson Pemberton, as was said. Here at the new bus terminal, we are facing 1 or 2 issues. One of them is the security, which is a problem for us. And 2 is in case of an emergency, one would not be able to get out. Now, we had a meeting on Sunday with the authorities, the police, the engineers of Public Works Department, and with the minister responsible for this area, Mr. Patrice Liebert. And he assured us, he listened to us, and he recognized what we are saying makes sense, and he assured us that he would look into the matter and try to assist us as soon as possible.
And can you tell us the problem with the security?
Well, they promised there's no security here right now. They promised that they will have 24 hours security. They're behind a private firm, and the police would make periodic check to make sure everything is going on. Up to this time, we have not seen any crossing guards or police as yet, but we are still hopeful that that would be done. There are some bus operators who are protesting in a way of not coming into the terminal, but they are soliciting passengers outside of the terminal, which we feel that that's a major problem and that should not be happening.
So would you say that these buses that take passengers outside should be given tickets, or they should face some kind of penalty?
They should be ticketed or be summoned, because the idea is for everybody to come inside the terminal. Now, if you are picking up passengers outside of the terminal, that make the bus terminal of none effect. And I don't think that is what the government wanted. So we are asking the police to make their presence felt so that everyone can use the bus terminal. If they don't want to come into the bus terminal to line up, there are ways they can go down to the next terminal in town or drop off people down at the bus stop in town. But to pick up people on the outside, that is creating a big problem for those who are queuing up inside of the terminal.
Okay. And would you say that the terminal is built how it was supposed to be built? Like, are the designs how they showed you, or is there a difference?
Well, from the design that we were showed before, it's different to now. There has been some changes which we were not aware of, but it is being built now, so I guess we have to accept what is here, except for those minor changes that can be done. But when we had consultation before, we were shown a different drawings to what we are having here now.
Okay, thank you. As you can see, we are here at the East Line new bus terminal where Mr. Pemberton said that there are minimum problems that can be fixed. So I am Chiari Morton reporting for SKN Newsline.
The National Assembly will debate the motion of no confidence in Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on Christmas Eve, December 24th. That decision was handed down by Speaker of the House Michael Perkins during a sitting of the National Assembly on Wednesday. The opposition St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party last week filed a motion of no confidence in Dr. Harris just before the budget debate, alleging corruption and nepotism. In a press release Wednesday, the party expressed its desire to have had the debate earlier before the handling of the budget, or at least in the aftermath of the budget debate, and feels that the decision to have the debate on Christmas Eve was deliberate. Opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas said, quote, "Set in December 24, 2018, one of the busiest shopping days in St. Kitts and Nevis, is also a deliberate attempt to prevent the people of St. Kitts and Nevis from hearing the numerous atrocities of corruption, nepotism, and poor governance committed by Dr. Timothy Harris, the leader of the three-party coalition government of St. Kitts and Nevis." End quote. However, a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister noted that the Team Unity administration is fully supportive of the Speaker's decision to schedule the motion of no confidence for Monday, December 24th, thereby treating it with urgency. The statement said that when Team Unity were in opposition, they asked the Douglas administration to table and vote on a motion of no confidence filed in Dr. Douglas, who was Prime Minister at the time. The statement read, quote, "The Douglas administration callously refused to do so for 26 months. Holding the motion of no confidence in abeyance for more than 2 years, even when it was clear that he had lost the confidence of the majority of elected members of Parliament. It was a fundamental breach of parliamentary practice and tradition by the illegitimate Douglas regime and a violation of our constitutional right, as found by the High Court." End quote. The government claims that in keeping with the mandate for good governance, they are leading by example and that the motion will be disposed of the soonest. This is the second motion of no confidence filed by the opposition since the start of this administration. The first one, 2 years ago, was filed by opposition MP Conris Maynard in the Speaker of the House, Michael Perkins. That motion was never tabled in Parliament, as the Speaker claimed it was not properly filed. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Sun Country Airlines made its inaugural flight to St. Kitts and Nevis at the RLB International Airport on Saturday afternoon close to 3:30 p.m. The flight to St. Kitts was part of a historic occasion as well, as it formed part of the largest passenger arrival at the RLB International Airport. Passengers of Sun Country were greeted by Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, Premier Mark Brantley, Minister of Public Infrastructure and SCASPA, Ian Liebert, and top-ranking tourism ministry officials and stakeholders. The masquerade was also on hand to perform for the visitors as they disembarked from the aircraft. At a short ceremony at the CAD Private Jet Lounge at the RLB International Airport, Prime Minister Harris and a representative of Sun Country Airlines shared brief remarks on marking this historic occasion.
We are delighted to have Sun Country Flight SY777 arriving here at the R.L. Bratcher International Airport. We want to offer our thanks to the captain for making this inaugural visit a safe one. All of the passengers with whom we have interacted as they descended the steps indicated that they had a lovely experience. So let's give the captain and the crew a round of applause and bid them a hearty welcome to our country. Today is a very special one, and we are very pleased that as history is being made at our international airport, Sun Country is part of that history. I am advised that today we have received the largest number of passengers in the history of our airport, and we thank you for bringing and contributing to that historic occasion. Again, we give you a special thanks.
We appreciate you all joining us. We had a great flight down. The The view was incredible as we came in. Our passengers were very happy, and we look forward to having many more flights down here. Thank you.
Minister of Tourism Lindsey Grant pointed to the significance of the arrival of Sun Country Airlines, which originates from Minnesota, the only one of its kind to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Sun Country's peak season service from Minneapolis, Minnesota is the first ever non-stop service from the upper Midwest. And so we are thankful for that. Visitors from this very important and growing region of the United States will now find it much easier and more convenient to reach our shores. Special recognition and thanks go out to the Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis and Minister of Finance in Nevis, and the CEO, Greg Phillip, and the team from the Nevis Island Administration for leading the initiative to secure this flight. My St. Kitts and Nevis Tourism Authority for their technical assistance provided to Greg and his team at the Nevis Island Administration and the Nevis Tourism Authority.
Premier Brantley, who is the Nevis Minister of Tourism, disclosed that the idea to pursue Sun Country to fly to St. Kitts was the brainchild of Greg Phillip, CEO of the Nevis Tourism Authority.
It is a wonderful day because this flight took a lot of effort to make it happen. And many worked tirelessly. Many who you will not see here today giving speeches worked tirelessly to make this a possibility. I recall when Greg Phillip came with the idea of Sun Country, I had not heard of Sun Country before. And he forced me to do some research. And I recall inviting my brother Lindsey Grant, who just spoke, to Nevis. And I don't know, maybe it was the wine at Four Seasons, but he immediately said yes.
Sun Country Airlines is a United States-based low-cost airline headquartered in Eagan, Minnesota, and based at the nearby Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. The airline operates 70 routes, mostly between destinations in the United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, and the Caribbean. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Numerous incidents occurred on the morning of Juvert 2018, resulting in 64 persons taken into custody. According to a police statement released on Wednesday, the incidents were gang-related. At about 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, bottles and stones were being thrown by gang members in the midst of the revelers and band where revelers were feting. Meanwhile, there were two other incidents involving police officers who were injured while attempting to make arrests. One of the incidents left two persons injured when a police officer fell and firearm was discharged. Two females suffered injuries to the legs as a result. Thousands of revelers gathered the streets of Bastia to fete as part of the annual Juvert celebrations. Juvert morning kicked off about 4 a.m. on Wednesday, December 26, 2018. Unfortunately, due to the several incidents that occurred, a decision was made in the interest of public safety to restrict the event to 10 a.m. I am Chiari Morton reporting for SKN Newsline.
Anya Sitahal, Miss St. Kitts, was crowned the 2018-2019 Haynes Smith Miss Caribbean Talented Teen Queen in the wee hours of Monday morning after taking the pageant by storm at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The newly crowned Teen Queen impressed the judges to amass 523 points and winning 3 of the segments of the pageant in the process. Best Interview with 94 points, Best Theatrical Appearance with 135.50 points, and Best Performing Talent with 234 points. The initial results had Miss St. Lucia as second runner-up and Miss Barbados as first runner-up. However, after closer inspection, the auditors discovered a slight error in the tabulation of the final scores, leading to a change in the outcome. In the corrected version of the results, Miss St. Lucia Francine Mason amassed 475.50 points to finish first runner-up, while Miss Barbados Cherise Richards amassed 466.50 points to finish second runner-up in the final results. An emotional Anya broke down crying as she was crowned by Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards and Senator Akila Byron Nisbet as the audience cheered vivaciously. After being crowned, Anya said she cried at the end of the competition as she reflected on the hard work that finally paid off.
Well, I was so thankful for the whole opportunity and being able to become the new Miss Haynes Smith Caribbean Talented Teen. From ever since I entered into pageantry last year, this is something that I genuinely desire, and I'm so glad that it's over. The competition, however, my whole journey is not over yet. Thank you.
Anya said she was confident she would have won the pageant.
I was always confident in who I am, and that is very essential in order for you to be successful.
And as the Queen, how do you plan on helping other youths establish or build self-esteem?
Well, as the new Miss Haynes-Smith Caribbean Talented Teen, I would want to use my platform to promote talents in St. Kitts and among our Caribbean nations. I feel like we do not do enough of that, so being able to promote the development of our talents of young people will be essential for our future.
Anya's talent wowed the judges and the crowd as she performed an acrobatic dance routine with a giant ring on stage. Her interview segment was just as impressive.
Very interesting question. Thank you. I have to say that dance is truly my blessing. I have been afforded so many opportunities like this one. If it wasn't for dance, I wouldn't be on this stage here tonight. Dance has allowed me to not only represent my school as a local pageant, but represent my country, St. Kitts, and I'm so dearly grateful. Dance has allowed me to adopt so many fundamental life skills and qualities, such as determination, perseverance, dedication, diligence, and confidence. These has helped me to become a well-rounded individual and fit to be a queen.
Miss Dominica Georgiana Albert won Best Evening Wear. The other contestants in the competition this year were Miss Antigua and Barbuda Sharona McAlmond, Miss Anguilla Charisma Jones-Chin, Miss Trinidad and Tobago Anastasia Salikram, Miss USVI Keshandia Quinn, and Miss Nevis Sidondre Fleming.
The ceremony for the Poverty Alleviation Program was held on Monday, 24th December 2018. Prime Minister Timothy Harris stated that there were at least 4,000 persons who left with a check in their hand of $500.
The process has been a good one. And today, what is happening here in Bastille is happening also in Charlestown, in Nevis. Hundreds of people everywhere. Indeed, by the time we would have completed the tally, close to 4,000 persons will be leaving today with a check in their hand thanks to your Team Unity government.
Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Sean Richards said that the Team Unity government always keep their promises.
Your Team Unity government made a promise to you. A promise that if you're making under $3,000 per month, that this government will give you $500 every single month. Today, on the eve of Christmas Day, we could have chosen a different day, but we have chosen today, Christmas Eve, to present you with your Christmas gift, your $500 per month.
The Poverty Alleviation Program is designed for households earning less than $3,000 per month. Under this program, each qualified household receives $500 monthly to help with the basic expenses. I am Chiari Morton reporting for SKN Newsline. A police officer was shot and injured on Tuesday morning in Nevis and was rushed to the Alexandra Hospital, where he is in a stable condition. This occurred at about 2:30 a.m. in the Hamilton area in Nevis. Police statement says that Officer Corporal Cleon Michael was off duty and was accompanying a businessman to his home. He then noticed upon getting ready to leave that the businessman was being held at gunpoint by two masked assailants. They then said that Officer Michael shouted at the assailants to stop, where he then identified himself as an officer and was shot in the leg. The officer was then transported to the hospital to receive medical attention. 2 persons were later taken into custody, where they are assisting with the investigation. Police are asking anyone with any information regarding this crime to contact them at 469-5391 or 469-5392 or by dialing the crime hotline 707. I am Chiari Morton reporting for SKN Newsline.